It's Ken Kraetzer at West Point at the Media Day. I have a chance to talk with Army quarterback A.J. Schurr, who's from Illinois. And A.J., tell us about your summer. We saw you at the end of spring practice, and you had a great practice. How's it been? How's the summer been?
It's been good. We were fortunate enough to stay here all summer. Some guys had to do some military training at the beginning. I was fortunate enough to conduct my military training in Garrison. I was in charge of about 45 kids that were taking summer school classes and doing other things around. So sometimes I was playing babysitter, sometimes I was playing mentor, and it was an interesting experience because some kids were older than me, some kids were younger than me, and some kids were my same age. And then after that, as a team, we were fortunate enough to the whole team come together, and for the past 2 months, we've been working out with our amazing strength staff, running, lifting, and then taking a couple summer school classes to underload in the fall and then underload in the spring.
Okay. And I know you've been slowed by an injury in the summer camp so far, but how is it to work in still doing the option, but doing it in a different way under a new coaching staff?
A lot of the stuff we're doing, it's got the same backing. The same idea. We're trying to do the same thing. We're just doing it in a different way. We're still reading one guy, we're pitching off another guy, and we have a couple different formations now, a couple different motions that really give the defense just something else to look at. Also, we have that shotgun portion, which this coaching staff has found great success with, just because you can do everything that you've done under center. It's just a different look. Now the defense is to look at a quarterback in the shotgun as opposed to under center. And as easy as that sounds, it actually adds a little wrinkle in their scheme.
Sure. Now, how is it to learn a different language for the offense than what you're doing in the past? And you've got to be instinctive about it as a quarterback. How difficult is that to learn the new terminology?
I think that was the toughest part because, like I said, we're doing the same things. Very few times are we doing something way different than what we were doing before. But that was the biggest thing, is the terminology. One thing is called this, and it was called something. Now it's called something else, and it's just repetition. It's just doing it over and over and over, and things like with just play calls. It's different than we've done before, and like I said, the more and more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it.
Okay. And becoming a junior, you've got a couple of years' experience running the Army offense in practice and in games. Does the game start to slow down a little bit for you at this point?
Oh, it does. And it's what slows it down, too, is when we face our own defense that sees what we do every single day, and they know, they can read little things, and they can, take guesses and, stabs at what we're going to run. They get good at playing against us. And that's good for us because we know when we see a team, for 1 week, on a Saturday, they haven't watched us and practiced against us for, 3-4 months in a row. It makes it a little easier and it slows it down. They're not going to do everything that our defense is doing in practice. Because our defense, like in the spring, they watched us for, 20 straight days or whatever, 15 straight practices, day after day after day. And they can catch on to those little things. Well, on one Saturday afternoon, you're not going to see all those different looks, and it's going to slow down, and it's going to be a little more simple than what we've been seeing in practice.
And how is it to work with such a talented group of senior running backs with Larry Dixon and Terry Baggett and Ray Maples? I mean, that's as good a backfield as West Point's had in a long time.
Oh, it's a treat. It really makes the quarterback position easy. Sometimes you see teams and other programs where, the quarterback has a lot on his shoulders. If he doesn't have all the athletes around him, even in the pros, if a team's lacking at a position, they can take the brunt of the work and, say, oh, he's got to do more than, he's capable of doing just because of the guys around him. But with guys like, Larry and Terry, Ray, Tony Giovanelli, Joe Walker, Elijah St. Hilaire, Stephen Frazier, Trent Turner, I can go on and on, Lawrence Scott, our wide receiver core too. I'd sit here all day naming everybody in offense, but they make our job easier. The brunt of the work isn't on us. Our job is just get the ball into the right guy's hands. We don't have to make the plays. We just got to get it to the right playmakers.
And what would you say your goals are for the season? I know you want to try and stay healthy and get to play a lot this year. What would you say your team goals are this year?
Obviously, beat Navy is the first one, and we've been working every day towards that. But we got to focus on Buffalo. We can't beat Navy without beating Buffalo in the first game. So that's obviously one. like to get to a bowl game, win that. Gotta play well enough in 12 to get to 13. So that's another goal, and just grow as a program. Some things that Coach Monken's been doing, where every night in a team meeting, he calls on random guys to get up, say their name, their hometown, their high school, something about their hometown, talk about their family, and then give a sports idol of theirs and their most influential person. And what this is doing is just it's making us grow as a team. 160 guys, if you know where everybody's from, what everyone likes, dislikes, and it's hard. It's not easy, but it's hard to win. That's what Coach says all the time. But if you know those things, you invest more, and it's you get more out of it. So that's what we're trying to do, and that's a goal for our team.
Well, you can just tell how you have grown as a leader. We've had a chance to watch you for a couple of years advance here in the academy, and I can see the leadership evolving that you have for the program. Just tell us again, where are you from in Illinois?
I'm from Libertyville, Illinois.
That's great, just north of Chicago. And what's your academic major here at West Point?
I'm a psychology major.
Well, that's great. AJ, Schurr, we want to wish you the best as you have a scrimmage on Saturday in the season starting up in 3 weeks. We want to wish you the best from all of us at the American Legion.
All right, thank you much. I appreciate it.
AJ Schurr from Illinois, Ken Kraetzer at West Point for Sons of the American Legion Radio.